Hey guys, it's your favorite gold miner, prospector, and geologist, Jeff Williams. And we're gonna try to find a mysterious lost waterfall that I believe has tons of gold in it. And the only way we're gonna be able to find it is to get in there on foot using a drone and Google Earth. So let's get started. Those are the mountains I'm talking about. There's no way you're driving a UTV over the top of that. You might be able to fly over it, but you're gonna have to hoof it in. Wow, look at this pinyon pine. See the root system going right through the solid rock. So remember, I always tell you to look over your USGS reports and Google Earth and line them up. Well, I've also found another book called Placer Gold Deposits of Each State. I use that to determine, I use that to determine certain areas that might have placer gold. And wouldn't you know it, I found a spot that was perfect candidate for a placer gold deposit. Now this deposit is different than what you're used to seeing. This one is a waterfall. Here you can see the waterfall at the back of the canyon, and here's a close-up shot of that same waterfall. Now when we were scouring the area, we happened to notice this weird cave, and it almost looks like there's some kind of buildings or structures on the inside of it. This has got to be one of the biggest waterfalls I've ever seen. And it's in a tight canyon that is in a known placer area, at least according to these books. And the geology looks fantastic. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna launch the drone and try to find it. And then we can try to get close, sample it, and see what kind of gold, if any, is out there. Now I've got a general idea of where this waterfall's at, but I might be a few miles off. That sun is going down fast, especially in the winter hours. Look at that, ancient miners. Now November time, you gotta watch out because these guys are climbing around everywhere out here because November is their mating season. Isn't that right? So you're gonna see these guys everywhere out here. I think he wants to go home with me. All that igneous rock there, and what do you see next to it? All this sediment. That doesn't look right. How do you get sediment sitting on top of igneous rock? See this fine texture clay, this sediment? There's only one way that I know of that this got here, and that is with a lot of water. Now I'm gonna presume that this was dumped here from glacial melt. Based off of what I've seen in the area, this whole place was underwater at one time. But this is how this sediment got here, this fine-grained clay. So it's really interesting. If I was to guess, you're gonna have some really interesting erosion patterns where there's a lot of water. We're gonna take a look around real quick and see if we can find that. This is very similar to what you see up at Cathedral Gorge right outside of Pioche. This is exactly what I was talking about. Look at all that erosion. See that? Just like Cathedral Gorge. Nice. Let's get this drone up in the air because I got to find out what's over there. All right, here we go. Take off. All right, let's go find that waterfall. I'd like to get me some gold.
The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Yeah, no, I got it.
In the heart of the scorching desert, where the relentless sun beats down on the barren landscape, there exists a tale of lost riches that has captivated the imagination of treasure hunters and fortune seekers for generations. It all began with an old-timer named Jebediah Hargraves, a weathered prospector with a grizzled beard that seemed to absorb the very essence of the dusty, windswept terrain he called home. In the late 1800s, Jebediah stumbled upon a hidden oasis in the heart of the desert, a place so remote and inaccessible that it seemed untouched by the passage of time. This oasis harbored a secret that would make Jebediah a wealthy man, if only he could find it again. Legend had it that Jebediah had been wandering through the unforgiving wilderness, driven by a combination of desperation and an insatiable thirst for adventure. One scorching afternoon, as the heat waves distorted the horizon, he discovered a narrow canyon leading to a majestic dry waterfall that seemed to defy the laws of nature. Its sheer size and grandeur made it a spectacle to behold, but it was what lay at its base that would change Jebediah's life forever. Amidst the rocks and gravel at the foot of the waterfall, Jebediah uncovered a treasure trove of placer gold and nuggets. It sparkled like the desert sun, and in that moment, the old prospector knew he had stumbled upon a fortune beyond his wildest dreams. He spent days, perhaps weeks, carefully collecting the gold, loading up his mule with the precious cargo. As he turned to leave, he cast a final, longing gaze at the hidden oasis, vowing to return for more. However, fate had other plans. A sudden sandstorm, fierce and unforgiving, swept through the canyon, erasing any trace of Jebediah's path. Disoriented and battered by the elements, he wandered aimlessly through the desert, desperate to find the oasis once more. But the relentless sands shifted, covering the canyon entrance and concealing the majestic waterfall from his view. Jebediah spent the rest of his life in a tireless pursuit of the lost oasis. He scoured the desert, mapping its contours and questioning fellow prospectors, but the elusive waterfall remained hidden, a mirage in the vast expanse of sand. As the years passed, Jebediah's tale became a whispered legend, shared around campfires and saloons, a cautionary reminder of the fleeting nature of fortune in the unforgiving desert. And so, the lost gold of Jebediah Hargraves became a mystery that lingered in the annals of desert lore, a tale of riches buried beneath the shifting sands, waiting for a brave soul to uncover its secrets and claim the untold wealth that lay hidden at the base of a long-forgotten waterfall in the heart of the desert.
And I'll see you on the next video.